So, Chapter 8 is all about how cells divide and reproduce. So, before we get into the processes of cell division, the first thing we need to look at is why do cells divide? So, cells divide for several different reasons. One of the reasons is reproduction. There's two different types of reproduction. There's sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is what humans do. This is when you have two parents, one male, one female, often, not always male and female, and they produce a offspring that is genetically different from themselves. Right? So if you think about how you relate to your parents, you probably look similar to them, but not exactly the same. Asexual reproduction is when one parent produces an offspring and it is genetically identical to that parent. So, an example of asexual reproduction would be fragmenting the starfish. You can actually take a piece of the starfish and cut it off, and it will regrow a whole new starfish. Asexual reproduction is also how bacteria reproduce. One single bacterial cell can divide into two identical cells, and now you have two bacterial cells, and they continue to divide and divide and divide. Another reason cells divide is for growth and development. So, we've discussed previously that cells are not very large. Cells actually have a maximum size that they can get to because of their surface area to volume ratio. So, when humans need to grow, instead of making really big cells, we just make more cells. So, think about how small you were as a baby and how big you are now in comparison. You don't have the same number of cells. You have trillions more cells than you did because you needed a larger body, and so your cells divided and you grew. One of the last reasons why our cells divide is for repair. Think about getting a cut on your hand. What happens is that you've damaged the cells in your skin and probably the underlying tissue all the way to the blood vessel. So, in order to fix that damage, the cells surrounding that area are going to divide to fill in the space and to repair the tissues that were damaged. Eventually, you'll see the cut go away and you'll have a scab, and the tissue underneath will be brand new, cells that just divided.